I want to do the play.
What if we do the play? What if we throw the puppets away right
No,
now?
I don't want to.
10 minutes. Well, yeah, I know. I've got at least one break every 10 minutes or so. I'll keep the puppets out of here.
There's a lot of times when you guys aren't on stage.
Every time I see the puppets show back up, I'll get rid of them.
Except
They
for
won't be in the
probably
play,
me. I'm probably up
and
there.
everybody will be
Well, no,
fine.
Act 3 is there are a lot of scenes that jump back and forth
You saw
between
what
like the
happened
good
to
guys and the
George?
bad guys.
The
We're
play
in two
hasn't
separate
even
places.
happened
So
But, yeah.
basically, if you want to do something specifically during the play, you'll need to make a luck check to see if you're too busy to do it. If you make the luck check, you've got a break. You've got a few minutes that you could try to do something. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody, or destroy the puppets, or hide them, or whatever you want to do. So every time you want to try to do something during one of the acts, and I've broken the play down into the 5 acts, and things will happen accordingly.
The puppets kill you instead of you killing them.
I've had enough of the puppet talk.
I'll be
Okay, I
alright.
have to go.
If the last thing I see is Hawksworth's brilliant work, I've lived good enough.
Talking about his front work or his back work.
They're the same.
They're the same.
Equally fantastic.
Oh my god, you're cracking me up.
Look, Stubbs, have you ever really watched him?
No, because I don't look at that kind of stuff.
He transforms the stage.
We're not talking about acting.
Oh my god.
I bet.
Why is this so
I bet
hard?
he'll be so good, he'll break one
I
of the
don't
curses.
understand why.
Okay. Are you done with role play?
Yeah.
Okay, so the rehearsals go normally. The show, the theater fills up. There's a couple thousand people.
What?
Yeah,
I don't
2,000
think you
people.
can fit,
Yes.
can you really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. One account said 3,000. I'm going with the conservative view of 2,000 is more likely accurate. There's
That's
a
not
ton
that
of
big.
people that stand in there.
Yeah.
There's probably 500 or 600 who will stand watching the show, right, crammed shoulder to shoulder. And then there's quite a few. There's a lot of seats. 2,000. I saw 2,000 or 3,000. So I'm saying it's probably 2,000 is more accurate. Act 1. Isaac is a lad in London who works as a carpenter's apprentice. He's press ganged into joining a naval ship under Lord Captain Campbell. Damn it. At the end of the act, Lord Campbell's ship is attacked by a laughingstock, and Isaac escapes to the pirate ship. As soon as the first line is read, which is yours, because your character is pretty central, there's a smell of ozone in the air.
I was mumbling that the whole time.
The audience is fairly rowdy, but that's not very unusual. In the first few minutes of the play, the smell of the sea comes and goes oddly, like the deep sea of salt and fish. It's not necessarily a bad smell, but it's not something you're used to. You can all make sanity checks, as you guys are all like freaked out by this things that are going on.
I'm okay.
If you made it, you do not lose any sanity. If you don't make it, you lose a point, because it's just more than usual. Did you make yours, Kyle? Okay.
I got 98 out of 32.
At the end, near the end of the act, there's a battle. Some of the spear carriers get a little rowdy. The audience loves it, but each of you who are on the stage, which is going to be you two as actors, because you're going to be spear carrying this as actually Joseph Freelands. So you've got a sword, a wooden sword. I need you to each make me either a dodge check, parry check, a parry, which you can use stage combat, or you can use a weapon like fencing. Yeah, one of those two things.
Alright, I'm rolling for stage combat.
Okay, so make a roll. And tell me.
Yeah, barely.
You barely make it. Okay.
Dodge.
People are get hurt. You don't make it. Nissa. You take 3 points of damage when somebody hits you really hard with one of these fake swords and breaks the skin. Yeah. You almost get hurt too, but you're actually able to like block the blows, and
Okay.
people are really like swinging hard.
Do I know like some of the actors who are doing it?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's just this little group of actors that you.
Okay.
But they're like, ah! It's like they're really fighting a battle. The audience is loving it. They just are like, yeah. And I need everybody, all three of you, can make a spot hidden check.
Let me know when we're backstage because I'm gonna talk to her.
Okay, yeah. After at the end of Act 1, you'll be backstage. Did you make it? No. Kyle made it. God, for a moment during the battle scene, you feel like you're actually on the deck of a ship at sea. The stage seems to be moving. You can hear the roar of the waves around you. It looks like there is a lot of blood on the ground, like people have been run through and murdered, fighting. And you look up at the sky for just a moment, and it looks like it's not blue, but it's more of a purplish, has a weird purplish haze. You don't notice that with your eyes, like the sea after a storm. It goes away almost momentarily, but I'll need another sanity check because for just a few moments it just is real. You made it? Okay, nope, you don't lose any sanity points for that then. And then there's the in between Act 1 and Act 2. You'll have a few minutes for scene change, some stuff is taken off the stage, actors get off stage, there's some people make changes, so you do have some time. You have a couple minutes right now before you have to go on again in Act 2 if you want to deal with it.
It's so surreal out there. It's like I'm really on a pirate ship.
Yeah, everybody's a little too into it.
Oh, what happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some blood, and you realize that not all the blood that you thought you saw was not real.
Of course not.
Basically took and you got a little cut and it's bleeding.
No one would hurt the main actor.
I'm going to die today.
Who did that?
One of them. Something's in their head. The demons in
Who?
their head.
Oh no, who hit
You just need to make sure
That's
they
a good
don't
question.
lay a finger on a person's mouth. I'm sorry.
You take.
I will box your ears.
1, 2, 3, 4. It was Hugh Gray. He's one of the spear carriers who at the time was playing on the Captain Lord Candle's ship, and he had a wooden sword, and you're supposed to parry and stuff. And he was like, and he just caught you in the side of the arm really hard.
Hey, Gray.
Yeah, and so that's who
Give
did
it up, yeah?
That's who did it. Hugh Gray.
I yell at him.
During the show.
No, afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
In the scene.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just.
Calm down. Don't let your head get wrapped up in
didn't know
Tell
where-
everyone to not listen to their heads if it gets weird. in
Sorry,
there.
Barnaby.
We
Sorry.
ought to listen to
Let's
our
get some on
host.
that.
At least wait till Act 3 before you go crazy, mate. At least.
This is
I'm
a
not
little early.
crazy. He gets you a bandage to put around it to stop the bleeding. It looks great. It looks great.
It looks real. It's good. It's good
It's
stuff.
real.
Oh,
Hawksworth, you've
No,
got
but
a
I'm
great
saying,
eye.
I think, honestly,
or
I think that something's messing with our heads and they're getting too into
No,
it
it's-
and it's trying to be real or something.
no, it's
Or
like
the
a real
demon
pirate ship.
prophet.
No one else felt it.
Right places, come on, let's go.
Oh, no, I'll tell you later.
You know what, Hawksworth, it was probably my music, it just took you away.
You know, we're like running away.
And you're gonna have
Come
to go
on.
on stage too.
Okay.
You were just like whispering. It was probably my music.
Playing that awful music.
Notice me,
give me an art
Hawksworth.
flute.
Notice me.
Roll
Yes. See how well you nail this.
37 out of 60.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're hitting it. It sounds wrong, but you're doing it exactly the way that it's been written. Act 2. The Laughingstock sets course for England to return Isaac. They become lost in a storm and find themselves near the island of the Sea Witch in the islands of Candle Cove, whom Captain Percival asks advice. She tells them the way to England from the present location, but demands a price, all of Captain Percival's treasure or one of his crew. He's about to hand over the treasure when Joseph Threelegs suggests giving them Isaac, right? You're going to
Why
do what the
not
place
this
says?
kid?
Okay, there we go. The crew agrees, but then Captain Percival sings a song that changes their mind, so they give you up
No,
instead.
not my third leg.
That's the power of music, boys.
Um,
That's one of the lines I wrote in. Not mine.
okay,
Boy, still.
yeah, you guys are both in the island. You're actually supposed to leave the little orchestra, and during this point when they're trying to decide what to do about the Sea Witch, and you're supposed to go get the megaphone. And you're supposed to say that one of the Laughingstock's lines, which says, "You have to go inside." So you step up and you step off stage. You go backstage to look for the megaphone, and you can't find it. Yeah, exactly.
The real
And so it gets to the point where you're supposed to say the line and nothing happens, and the actors start to cover and make up this
I see.
this thing. Yeah, you start to cover, about, you can't say you're on stage during this debate. Yeah, you two are, everybody from the Laughingstock is on stage. It's like you're having a debate about, should we deal with the sea witch or not? She's really dangerous. And it's supposed to be what's happening is then the Laughingstock says, you go do it. And then, well, the ghost knows, so we go. But the line's not coming, so you're having to fudge and make up lines in between. You finally find the megaphone.
I got it.
And before you can say the line, you hear someone else say it. Here, I can play this thing again.
Hooray!
And we know that he's supposed to be saying it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do. Instead,
you have to go inside.
it comes from that curtain where you guys found the door. You can slip in there without really being easily noticed. It's back upstage. There's not a lot of light right there. So what do you do?
I'll do that. We'll go check it out.
So the line, you guys continue on with the lines after that. So you're gonna peek into that curtain. There's no easy way out of that area, but you didn't see anybody come out. But nobody's in there.
Is the door there?
No. Sanity check. There's no way that anybody could have gotten out without you seeing. Did you make it?
Out of 30.
Nice. No sanity loss. Wow, you guys are really doing well with the sanity on this. No, you are. There's a lot of sanity losses potentially here.
What's your sanity level right now?
53.
Okay,
I'm
so
31.
what do you want to do?
I
You're
started at
supposed to go back
65.
to you're supposed to put the megaphone back where it's supposed to be, or it wasn't, and then go back and start playing again. But what do you do?
I guess I do that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. The Sea Witch enters. And you're playing the Sea Witch.
Wait, no.
No, that's right, you're playing Skin Taker's daughter.
Yes.
Who's playing Sea Witch?
The sea witch is Titus.
Titus Ufford. He looks terrifying. The makeup is more intense than you've ever seen. He looks like an actual dead mermaid that is rotting. This stench.
Because they did the
hits
makeup
you.
in rehearsal, right?
They did it in the last rehearsal. They just kind of mocked up the makeup so we could you guys could kind of get an idea of what's going to look like. It looks like a dead mermaid with tentacles. I need you to both make a sanity. You too. You need to make a sanity check. You can see this.
Because I told him that's not Titus. I failed.
I
got 9.
So horrible.
You made it. You take a point for sanity loss. You two failed.
Yeah.
Roll me d8s.
Oh.
One of your other actors faints dead away.
6.
He just is like, oh, and he drops 6 points, 7 points. Mark them off, and then each of you give me an idea check. You want to roll high. You want to fail.
Oh no.
I can't roll high anymore.
7.
7. Woot.
29.
29's a success too, right? Kyle,
Yes.
you start babbling incoherently. Oh, so do you. Roll the same one for 2.
We're just standing on stage like just.
You just start babbling incoherently about everything and nothing, anything. Kyle, yours is gonna last for.
It's like yesterday,
essentially
not
8
the
combat
thing
rounds.
with the
That's
stuff
about a minute.
and all.
But no, but it's more like this.
The because I've never been here before. No, I had
That's
not.
way too calm. It's more like this. Oh, this is. Oh, look
Not even words.
Yeah, it's incoherent.
Ew.
Bob Smith runs and backwards and trying to face the globe upside down sky. But it's more freaked out. Yours is going to last a little more than a minute. Yours will last a little less than a minute.
Okay.
And then the Sea Witch comes to take you away. Percival sings his song while you two are just babbling. And you both stop before the Sea Witch is supposed to take you. And then these tentacles come out and grab you, okay?
I'm going to die.
More slopes. Slopes, no, you mean slopes. You have VD slopes.
Okay, this is for if there's an NPC.
Help me.
Here's another thing that's kind of really creepy. You don't notice it, but you notice it and you notice it. Stubb looks like George Raunt. When he starts like screaming as the Sea Witch takes him away, you start, right? You start to scream.
Highgate!
Highgate. He starts yelling Highgate. Are you going to yell for any of your actors by name to try to save you? Are you going to say Hawksworth?
No.
Just Highgate?
I
You're
said
screaming
help me,
Highgate?
and then I said Highgate.
Highgate. Okay. So, he's dragged away screaming for Highgate. And the pirates pretty much leave the opposite side of the stage. Okay? That's how it's supposed to work out. And then there is the scene change from Act 2 to Act 3. You guys have some time backstage. What are you doing?
Where did I go? I'm not alive no
We're going to let
more.
them deal with this first.
Wait,
Oh,
is he
yeah.
actually gone?
He was dragged backstage, and the screams that came towards the end were terrifying. Hmm?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounded real. Like that's the best acting that Stubb has ever done.
I mumbled for a bit.
You did. That was strange. Hey, where's Stubbs?
Nobody's gonna look for Stubb.
Wait.
What? Discussion about
Where's
my mumbling.
Stubbs? Was this supposed to happen?
Oi,
You're not sure where Stubb is. You know where he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be over on stage left, backstage, changing. Because you got other parts.
Stage left.
There's no one there.
No,
Isn't it in the
backstage.
Oh.
I'm
going. Well, are you
I am
alright?
being torn
You're not there.
I'm
Hold
not
on, I
there.
want to see how they deal with this.
Oh, you go.
Oh, you sure you're alright? You want there?
No.
You need some armor to take it. Pull my axe.
Oh, I can't.
You've probably been drinking some beer backstage to what you was between acts.
You find Stubbs.
Oh, I'll be right back. Don't let anything happen to you.
Let's the scene starts, and I'm gonna go.
Alright. Stubbs! Okay,
You find Stubb, and you find who's playing the Sea Witch? Titus.
Yeah.
You find Stubb and Titus. They're like sitting off stage, backstage on stage left, and they're like both of them are just kind of staring.
Boy, Stubbs, you alright? Stubbs? Stubbs? I guess I'm shaking.
Okay, yeah, you come to.
Am I me?
Yes, you are now.
Okay.
Stop. It's not the go-to thing.
Stubbs, what
You can't
happened?
recall anything after the Sea Witch grabbed you. You don't remember. You remember it was so real, and then she grabbed you and started dragging you away, and that's the last thing you recall.
Is it over?
What? The play?
Play.
No. We're at Act 3.
It's been like a year.
What?
I don't know.
Hey, Titus, are you alright?
What?
I don't smell it anymore.
What just happened?
You smell it?
Smell what?
Exactly.
You two were just on stage?
Wait, did we do a scene?
Yeah. It was good. That was
No.
really cool, Stubbs. You
Don't you
almost...
stop following me now.
I probably will.
Wait, we did our scene.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, you did it.
You do not look like you. That's all I remember. You sank like you stuck yourself in a bucket of fish heads.
Stubbs, that was the weird thing. You looked
Well,
like
I don't
George.
remember at all. I remember
George is dead.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm dead.
You-
Am I dead?
No. You talking.
punch. No, right in like the shoulder. Titus punches you in the shoulder. No, he would have pinched
That
you.
hurt?
He pinches you really hard. It hurts like.
Ah!
Ah!
Shh. We're backstage.
Go back.
Here, let me get you both a beer.
Here.
Beer solves
You
everything.
pinch him. Oh, okay, it's not a dream. What the hell?
Something's
You're running off to grab some beer.
wrong. Wait, this place is possessed to this.
I gotta get changed. If we're in Act 3, I gotta get changed.
I'm
He
not
kind of
in
gets up
Act
and stumbles
3.
off. He seems to be pretty out of it too.
Well, this is weird. Do you have any more parts, Stubbs?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You got more?
Yeah, you have several.
Oh,
Look.
Well, you got back. You
I
got
got
a
all
little
my
smaller
other
stuff
parts.
now.
Parts.
You're alive. That's
I
for a
don't
moment.
know. I think my soul's slipping away.
Stubbs, it's almost over.
I
We're
think
almost
Did you
over.
drink the beer that he brought you?
No.
He brought you a glass of beer. It's
Drink
normal
all
to drink between scenes and
Thank
stuff,
you.
just to wet your
Thanks.
whistle, especially if you have lines.
I feel like I've been screaming for a year.
Your throat does hurt very badly.
I've stopped drinking beer after what happened.
Okay, you might need some between acts at some point. It's very dry just because you have a lot of lines. Isaac's
I
a pretty
spit
big
it
part.
out though. Like I'll wet my whistle.
Yeah, you can
and
do that.
spit it out.
Act 3. Lord Captain Candle, Prince and the notorious pirate hunter, a Spaniard named the Skin Taker, to pursue the Laughingstock. With him comes his French first mate Horace. Each of the men have pacts with the devil and have imps that resemble them. Meanwhile, the Laughingstock stops at several islands in Candle Cove, meeting several fantastic creatures such as mermaids, ash people, shadowlings, and giant penguins. However, they are making their way to England. When the Skin Taker's imp is first introduced, none of you're on stage, because you're one of Lord Candle's men. You're not.
His daughter, right?
Right, but she's
not
in like
there.
a flashback kind of thing
Okay,
where
okay.
the person will tells you about the daughter in beginning of Act 4, or no, during this act. But and it's acted out that I loved her and that's why the Skin Taker hates me and blah blah blah.
Oh, okay.
But in this scene, when the Skin Taker's imp is first introduced, he seems really even more terrifying than you've seen him before. Okay. When he says to grind your skin, when someone asks him why his jaws move that way, and he says to grind your skin, it seems like, and you're backstage and you're watching, you can see this too. It seems like the voice actually comes from the marionette instead of from the person who is doing the actual running the marionette. So all three of you can make a sanity check for me. Because it's like
I made it.
You made it? 0.
I did not make it.
Roll me a 6-sided die and divide it by 2.
Fail as well.
So D3.
Round up,
So
round
one,
down.
Round up.
3.
3? Okay. It's very disturbing.
Oh, did you say D2?
No, you did it right. You
Okay,
rolled
so I
2,
just take
right?
one
It's
off.
half of whatever
That's
you
a
roll.
quarter.
Okay, the islands that the Laughingstock visits in later parts of the act are also very eerie. Though most of the creatures are only described, the descriptions look like this. The mermaids look like
Ew.
that.
No.
The ash people look like this. They're dogs with the heads of demons.
Yeah.
Lovely now.
The giant penguins are giant penguins.
Hey.
And the shadowlings are creatures without bodies, apparently, but just eyes. Giant penguin. As he's describing the shadowlings, because he's going to these pirates are going to these islands and coming back and mainly talking about them. They don't have the special effects equipment to really make any of these creatures. So they're
Oh.
describing the terrible things, but this is kind of how the images that you get when you think about them. The mermaids with their too wide mouths and fangs and blah blah blah. When he describes the shadowlings, the stage actually seems to darken, almost like a shadow has come, or like a cloud has covered the sun, and the darkness actually seems to move of its own accord, as what appears to be 2 of these shadowling things seem to actually appear on one side of the stage, and actually move towards the center of the stage in a lit area. The people in the audience are just jaw dropped.
And we can, like, are we backstage? We see this from backstage?
No, you guys are on stage when this happens because
Oh.
you're part of the crew and you're playing Isaac and you're right there as part of the musical accompaniment.
Who am I close to on stage? It doesn't matter. I believe them.
You can be. I'll let your choice. You can probably closer to him than her because the musicians are off to one side and they're
Okay.
still playing that awful music.
So
While
while this is going on, like, there's just somebody who's describing these things, right? Right now, so neither one
up
of
to
us
the
are
point of the
talking.
shadowlings, and then the
Yeah.
shadowlings actually seem to appear on
Yeah.
stage. And I'll need sanity checks from
I'm
you
gonna
guys,
lean
too, for them.
over and be like,
They look real.
I'm down.
Roll a D8.
I got a 93
You
out of
made it.
29.
1 point. 93 out of what?
29.
And 1
Roll
point.
me a D8. You only lost 1.
I lost 7 last time. Come on, 8.
You lucked out. 8-sided die is no.
But I'm gonna lean over and be like, should I go kill Mancho, who's in the audience?
She says that to you, whispers it to you. 3 points. Okay. So you guys also notice somebody who's standing down in the pit. It just goes and just like faints dead away when he sees you.
You know what happened to George. If you be detering from the play, you be doing something different, like George did.
You guys can each make idea checks for me as you're discussing this. You can't overhear this conversation, unfortunately.
Okay, well,
Okay, sure.
13, I'm good.
You both made it. You realize George was trying to change the play, like outside the play.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to like subtly manipulate the play. He was trying to really just change it completely. You might be able to change the play from within. That's the idea that you get. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Stubbs. I'm starting to see it all now.
You made your sanity check for those after the shadows, though.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
We can act out what we were
What if I act out of turn, but I don't want to? I've never done bad in a play. What? Oh. Alright, I'll change my lines. You help me improve, alright? Just go with whatever I do.
There's actually a lot of places you can make subtle changes that would change like the play from this point on. I mean,
What
Milos
happens
is
in
supposed
the
to die in the next act.
Yeah.
Who dies in the next
Milos, the skin taker's brother, is murdered by Percival. Or not murdered by him. It's in a big fight, and he's killed by Percival when the skin takers, when his ship attacks the laughing stock. The ending, yeah, like you said, you could try to change the ending. There's a lot of different little things that you can do to manipulate the play. There was ones that you could have done before this, you realize now. Like just little changes that would actually kind of change the feel of the play, you're right.
What we could make it so Milo's just a door. Don't let Milo's door. Who plays Milo's?
Milos is actually how they've been announcing it. Now, who does play Milos?
That's that word. Oh, no.
Is it Roland J?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roland J plays Milos. He's killed by Percival in the next act. He's Captain Percival. He's the one who's taking you home, taking Isaac home. That's Kent, I believe.
Oh,
Well, there's ways that you can get in the way, or you can try to change. Like I said, there are ways to try to change it.
When it's time for Milos to die, let's take him off stage. He doesn't die in front of the audience. We won't let it happen. I'll stop Kent. I'll stop Kent. You get Jay. I'll stop Kent. You get Jay.
How do I stop? Oh no, you're stopping.
I'm stopping Kent. Percival and Isaac are supposed to be friends. I'm gonna duel him.
That can do it.
And I'll take him to safety in a rowboat to shore.
Say that when you take him off stage.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so you guys are plotting, and the act finishes out, and then there's a slight break as costume changes.
We go for our Ben.
Well, but either way, at some point this happened. You had this discussion.
And we tell Music Man.
You would have time in between the acts. You'd have about a minute that you could get the information to them.
Don't play the score the way that you are learning it. I'm not in my accent. Oh, I'll play. Something nicer.
God save the
Something
Queen.
not so weird.
That won't be hard.
Yes.
You got two other guys, musicians.
And we told you what we're gonna do. So
And you keep a lookout. If anyone tries to stop us, we're improving now.
Alright, fellas, we're gonna play Come Again, Sweet Love.
Oh, thank
No, I don't think
God.
that was written there.
They've been drinking heavily between acts, by the way. The other.
What you guys know?
Well, no, you know that they know several
Okay.
of the songs, but they've been drinking heavily between acts because this has been disturbing for the audience obviously has been disturbed by some of the things
And who
they've
am I
seen.
going to be playing?
Other actors are disturbed by some. Pirate number 4, you know what I mean? You're in
So
the background
Milos
right now.
is a pirate, right?
Milos is a pirate hunter. He's with the Skin Taker, so he's on the opposite ship. And what happens in this act is the Skin Taker ship gets to the Laughing Stock. There's a big battle. It's mostly a battle scene. Milos is killed by Captain Percival, and the Laughing Stock manages to drive off the Skin Taker ship. And then they continue on to England. Beginning of Act 5 is when they'll actually get to England and drop Isaac off. That's another way you could change the play.
Yeah.
Isaac is supposed to go back to his life in England, so if Isaac demands to stay with him for some reason, then that would be another way to change the play pretty solidly.
People change when they're on that stage. You tell Jade that this is the new change. Sit down from above, Mikkel.
Sit down.
Sit down from the
Sit down from above, Mikkel. Tell him Mikkel told us to change it.
Mikkel.
Oh, Michael. Oh, yeah, Michael. Okay, yeah, the
what?
financer. Okay, I totally.
He'll
I
blame
blanked.
it. You have to tell him before he gets on the stage because everybody's
Okay.
heads get swimmy.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you could do
telling-
that.
Yeah.
You could tell him beforehand.
I'm
You
not
just make
telling
some
Kent
changes.
though. I'm gonna do him.
Your swords are wooden.
Jade.
You could hurt each other with anything.
Knuckle?
Yeah, Knuckle's the name of the financier.
Jade.
Yes, well.
Oh.
Jay's pretty young. He's pretty young as well. He's all this kind of same arms and coming loose.
Knuckles made a last minute change. Just follow my lead on the stage. I
Oh,
don't know why he's doing it this late, but you know.
oh, he's rich, folks.
Yeah, just-
We never had him in
You're
Wales.
not gonna die this scene, you're gonna escape.
I am.
Yeah.
Do I get a speech?
Do you want us to?
Well, I don't want it if I don't get it. Well, the proctors give it to me.
You won't have to worry about it.
No speech.
It's the same.
All right. I'll have a speech. Okay. Jay's not a great actor, but he's
Yeah.
got a good face, so he gets a lot of time on stage without lots of monologues and stuff. All right. So in Act 4, the Skin Taker's unnamed ship finds a Laughing Stock and attacks. The pirates are able to repel them and escape. Milos, this is what's supposed to happen, is killed in the battle. And then they reach a point where, at the end of the act, Captain Percival is telling Isaac they'll soon be in England. And then that's how the act kind of ends on a cliffhanger, and then the next act actually immediately answers that with Isaac getting put off, and then the end of the play. So during the attack from the Skin Taker ship, you're trying to. How do you want to handle this?
So
it's
when
a big
the-
pitched battle.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be.
When the boats come together,
Right. Well, basically it's on your ship, and then the pirate hunters come on from stage right.
I mean, we're both on the fight, right?
Yes,
I
yeah,
know
you're both
Isaac's
in there.
there.
Isaac's definitely there. He doesn't really do much fighting because he's supposed to be a boy. But yeah, your character has a sword. He was given a sword. So
Just
you're
as-
on.
Just as Milos.
Yeah, you've changed the music, right? For Act 4? Okay.
Just as Milos is gonna die, she's gonna take Milos off stage and be like, "Come with me. We have to escape." And then
So you're gonna
Father!
change sides? or
come
something
with
like
me. Yeah.
that? You're gonna say father?
Yeah.
You're in your 40s.
Yeah, but he's older.
Milos is not older than you.
Oh, you said he was
Son.
really old.
No, Milos, I never said was old.
No,
Milos
just-
is the Skin
Just
Taker's
get him
brother.
off stage. Just get him off stage.
But who was I talking to then?
No, you were the guys. I didn't say he was old.
Oh, I thought you said he was old.
No. He has a weird voice.
misunderstood
Okay. He's Welsh. He's not old.
Oh.
He just sounds old. He's Welsh.
Son!
And then once you get Milos off
You
stage,
could do that. That would actually potentially work.
Once you get Milos off stage, I reveal that I was working for the Skin Taker all along.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's a big change.
But it was supposed to be subtle changes.
And I'm not going
Subtle
to
changes.
England.
Subtle changes. Just say you don't believe in such violence and you challenge him to a duel.
Okay, and that's when you have to go on stage. So Kyle, you have to make a decision on what you're going to do
Alright,
by yourself. You had that discussion, and then Act 4 started. And there's booms, there's explosions off stage that are to indicate cannon fire. When they attack, when the pirate hunters come on board, Milos is leading the way. The Skin Taker's there. The imps are both there. They're not upstage. You don't see any sign of the marionettes. They're literally just running out onto the stage.
The puppets?
Yes, the puppets. You don't see any wires on them at all. It's almost as if they don't have any strings attached to them. Their voices are coming from them as they're shrieking about grinding your skin, collecting your bones. The one of Horace doesn't appear to know his lines. He's just laughing maniacally, just it's terrifying. I will need a sanity check from all three of you because you see this too. They're supposed to be upstage.
Fail.
They're not. They're running across the middle.
Fail.
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 Fails.
Fail.
T10, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Those damn things are alive.
That's what this is, right?
5. Yes.
2.
2. 7. Okay, I'll need an idea check from each of you. Remember, you want to fail this. You want to roll high.
Ooh, I'm down to 19 insanity.
94. Sweet. You want to roll over your idea.
63.
It's over? Wow. Okay, nobody
69,
goes
I'm
temporarily
over.
insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is actually a very nice surprise. Actually, it looks like most of the other crewmen do not go temporarily, or the actors don't go temporarily insane either, but they are freaking out, obviously.
Let's kill the marionette. Turds.
Okay.
Whatever they are.
Um, Kent, you see him like, ah! He like loses it, draws his sword and rushes towards Milos. And it looks like they're really gonna go at it.
And I rush that way.
Okay, you can rush that way
Milo,
too.
son! Or not Milo. Well,
Milos.
yeah. My son.
Make me an acting
You're
check.
still alive?
Since you just
Oh,
really
man.
botched the whole thing, make me an acting check.
I stopped it with my finger, but it's still above what I was.
You go above your acting?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does. It's really stilted and it's terribly badly done. And how you're like, oh my god, I gotta talk to him after the show. Because you do. You stutter and obviously you're freaking out. Not surprising. Yeah.
And but I still run I'm still running. Like, even though my acting's bad.
Yes. No. Yeah, you
Oh.
can definitely run. It's just, it's not like as dramatically amazing as it could have been. Anyway, you're running up there. The two of them are getting ready to fight, and you're interposing between them, right? Is that the plan?
I'm like, well, if he's going straight for him,
Yeah,
I know
they're-
I'm going to have to use force to push him out of the way so that he doesn't get immediately stabbed.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get Milos away from.
Yes.
Okay. I
He
need
already
a
knows it's
grapple
coming, though.
or a stage combat. Yeah, you're right. He does know it's coming. He made a sanity check, so he's not been all caught
Well,
up.
and also I told him it was coming.
Right. But what I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah, I got
is,
you.
Percival, the guy playing Percival right now, looks
Yeah.
like a pirate.
Right.
So I'll need grapple or stage combat, or if you can think of another skill that would work.
Hurts me.
No, it's got to be something physical.
Am I just too far away to act on any of this? Or?
What do you want to try to do? You might be able to help.
I mean, if I see Kent rushing the other guy, then
Yeah,
I would
Kent
try
is-
and stop Kent.
Okay, yeah, you could try to do the same thing. Grapple or stage combat, or a weapon skill if you've got one.
Stage combat.
Like, there's well, no, dodging doesn't really count, but because you're not
It's
pushing.
something.
So it
That's,
has to be
those, I
grapple.
mentioned the ones that
So I'm trying.
You're trying to get in Kent's way,
Yeah, I'm
basically,
trying to
slow him
get
down or
Kent's way.
stop him.
Stage combat. Nope.
Okay. He runs right over you. Just rears you down, knocks you down. Actually.
Oh man.
Did you make yours?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
The two of them. Kent is like, ah, and he just comes into and tries to attack him, and actually manages to hit Milos. I mean, it looks real. There's blood.
Well,
It doesn't do a lot of damage. Only 3 points of damage, so he's not dead. What's his name? Kay? No.
Jay.
Jay? Jay's like, oh, yeah. He seems really surprised because he's actually been blooded. Kent stabbed him, and there's blood, and he's just like, it looks like he's kind of freaking out now. He's trying to get off stage. You can each make one more check to see if you can get in between before he'll have to fight. There's just no way around it. Okay, so you're still struggling to get in between. Okay, so the two of them are having to kind of fight it out, and Jay is trying to parry blows. You're
we,
still pushing him off stage.
But we have weapons, right?
Yeah, you can fight them if you want.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
gonna
fight
try
them.
and well, I don't have any of those skills, so I don't know if that would count as.
We have minimum of fencing. There's a minimum number, or minimum stage combat. I didn't really think of a minimum, so it's 1%. You actually have to be
It's a
trained to
blunderbuss.
face it. A blunderbuss is a big gun,
Oh.
but there's no pistols or anything going on stage right now. It's all like sword fighting. So, but you're each armed with a sword. If you want to attack, literally attack them, you could in order to try to. You could use stage combat to make it look good and like keep them off. And that'll start this round. So I'm saying each of them has like a 10 dex. So what are you guys' dexes? You could do something too. You're on the other side of the stage, but
10.
you could throw something or even join the fight if you want.
Everybody has 10.
Do I feel like he's in danger?
Everybody has 10 dex? Not yet. You do not feel like he's in danger yet.
Okay, I'm just keeping an eye
Right
on
now
him.
he's
but
trying
I've
to
got my axe at the
oppose,
ready.
but Kent is really focused on Jay.
Okay.
Like he's trying to kill him, it looks like. So everybody goes on 10, essentially. So what do you guys want to do? Kent's going to continue to try to stab Jay. Jay's going to try to parry. He's going to actually use his stage combat to try to keep the blows off because you told him there was a change and he's not as caught up as Kent is. What are you guys going to try to do?
Can I say something?